The act of buying gifts, whether or not it's for Aunt Esther or for yourself, can put your personal information at risk. No one in our office had heard about Blountstown, Florida before Hurricane Michael, but it is one of the hardest hit towns in the storm. Merging onto Sunrise Highway here in Patchogue, drivers not only have to compete with the oncoming traffic, but with this pothole, and as you can see, someone's already lost a hubcap today. Now, these are all throughout Long Island being caused by wear and tear to our roadways and the weather. Today is International Day of Peace, so remember to take some time out of your busy day and breathe. I'm gonna try to feed the flamingos at the new beach and see how it goes. Ready? Come here. Okay, it worked. There's a little bit of confusion about what's going on with the Dixie Moon here in Bonita Springs. 2 weeks ago, historians and builders moved it here with big plans in mind, but now there are reports that there are no plans. Drivers trying to park here in downtown Bayshore are calling these parking meters a major headache, saying they're confusing. So we went to town officials who tell us they're working on a mobile app to try to fix the problem. Chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis. 3 sexually transmitted diseases the Centers for Disease Control says are infecting more Americans than ever. So we talked to a doctor about what's happening here in Lee County. Heading to Long Beach this summer, you'll see groups of Army Corps engineers here putting tons of sand across these dunes, and that project is expected to last all season long.
Rebecca Fath tracked down some answers, joins us now live in Webster. Good afternoon, Rebecca.
Hi, Nikki and Pat. Yeah, the cleanup effort is still going in full force. You can see these people are doing a really good job here, but people are still at it. They're trying to dig out of their driveways. And now this snow is stubborn, particularly because it's so heavy and wet. And so that being the case, the village took a different approach with how it helped people get around today.
It's so cute how he hops. He's like he's a kangaroo.
Cato is adjusting to life on 3 legs.
He's gentle and he's sweet. He's a big dog. He's like a hound mastiff mix.
Lewiston Animal Control brought Cato to the Gulf Coast Humane Society for emergency surgery after an alligator attacked him.
Where's my kiss?
Animals are amazing at how quickly they can adapt to situations that would be devastating for many people. Cato seemed happy, and he caught the eye of a volunteer.
I had the opportunity to walk Cato and get to know him, socialize with him, and just found that he was a terrific dog.
So terrific, in fact, Carl Courtwright felt compelled to donate the money to buy a prosthetic leg for Cato.
Cato had an unfortunate circumstance, and my effort here is to assist in getting him back to where he could be somewhat normal.
With another leg.
With another leg.
You're helping their pet. It's like helping their child.
Peter DePaula will design it specifically for him.
For Cato, it's going to be different because his limb is a lot shorter. He has less of a limb, so the prosthesis is going to be a lot longer. Probably a little bit stronger too because he's a bigger dog.
Here's an example of what that limb might look like.
Oh. Good job.
So how often do dogs end up being attacked by alligators?
We don't actually have those statistics. We do know that they do occur. They're found in all 67 counties here in the state of Florida, and they can be found in freshwater lakes, slow-moving rivers, brackish water, and sometimes salt water for short periods of time.
So we asked what you might already know, how to be safe outdoors with your pets, especially near the water.
Keeping dogs on a short leash and away from the water's edge, especially during dawn and dusk.
Especially dogs like Curious Cato, who hopes to find a new home for his new future.
He's just been a really, really good patient.
I'm taking a ride on a school bus where something is missing. A driver, because this bus drives itself. It's the first of its kind and soon will be taking children to school. So we wanted to know, is it safe? It looks a little like a video game controller.
So it has these little joysticks.
But this device has a serious purpose.
So I can basically control the vehicle with this thing right here. You have your forward and you have your reverse, you have your left and you have your right.
Jason Perez is operating this yellow school shuttle. It will soon take kids to and from school inside the Babcock Ranch community with no driver.
Right now we have an operator who's always on the shuttle. If we have just the shuttle sitting there, like people don't really understand quite yet, like how to get on it, how to react to it. This is so new that you want everyone to feel comfortable.
So how does it know when to stop?
The sensors that are on the vehicle all around it. There's basically sensors on top of each wheel. If somebody's in trouble, right? They would press this SOS button that acts like an intercom. Then somebody from the control center will be watching them from behind you. There's a camera inside the speaker, and I'll be able to hear you and talk to you at the same time.
But is it safe for children? Sid Kitson helped build this solar runtown, and he says absolutely.
This isn't like we're taking your child and putting them on a bus that doesn't have any steering wheels and drive off. Autonomous vehicles have been on the roads for probably, I don't know, last 10 plus years. I don't think people realize how many really millions of miles have been traveled with these cars that drive themselves. So there's been an enormous amount of work to make sure that they're safe.
One more safety measure, the speed of this bus will be set at 8 miles an hour. So how long before this becomes the norm?
This is a big step. Using this as a living laboratory to get a sense as to how it works, how the parents feel about it. We're going to learn a lot from it, and we're very excited about it because it's the first time it's been done anywhere in the world.
Perez can't wait to see the children's and parents' reactions.
I get to meet new people. I get to make them feel at ease when it comes to this new technology, so I really like my job. Bringing people into the future, little by little.
Exotic birds. Alligators and turtles are curious about my camera here at Everglades Wonder Gardens in Bonita Springs.
He's really checking me out. Are you showing off, Casey?
No animals, including Casey the cockatoo, were hurt during Hurricane Irma last year. But much of the property was a mess in Irma's wake, with 55 mature trees and 31 palms destroyed.
It was hard to take it all in at once because it was just foot after foot of pure destruction, of trees laying on top of each other.
First thing I did was call my wife, and luckily she didn't answer because I was in the mood to cry, because it's like, where do you start from here?
That's when the volunteers came in.
Having the volunteers show up, especially the volunteers that were on their vacations, riding their bicycles by, I'm gonna cry just thinking about that.
Without the community and the volunteers, we might still be cleaning up. I mean, it was quite a community effort.
The staff raised $30,000, leading to somewhat of a renaissance here on the 3-acre property.
It's been a very productive year since Hurricane Irma. Trees landed on the fence, and I had always wanted to take down the fence, so that kind of motivates. So we took down the fence, and the flamingos are now have a flowering fence.
This is our new Flamingo Beach. We did not have access to the flamingos for our guests prior to Irma.
And for the first time, you can touch these majestic birds.
All right, so I'm gonna try to feed the flamingos at the new beach and see how it goes. Ready? Come here. Okay, it worked.
The future has never looked brighter for this crew after overcoming a hurricane.
I love this place. I love the ideas that we're implementing, the ideas that have come out since the storm. This place is going to be rocking. I mean, it already is, but just wait and see.
Commuters getting off the train from Penn Station to Long Island tell me it was so packed that some of them even had to stand inside of the bathrooms for the entire trip home.
We always hear about adults getting their identity stolen, but did you know that kids can get theirs stolen too? A study done by Javelin Strategy and Research says more than 1 million children were victims of identity fraud in 2017. We're watching your community, so you can watch us to get the latest on what's happening right here. Just check us out on our social media platforms, Roku and Apple TV.